Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something incredibly important, staying motivated on your self-improvement journey. It's something that I think we all struggle with from time to time, right? We have these grand plans and big dreams, but then life kind of gets in the way. And listen, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, to feel overwhelmed and lose sight of those goals that once felt so clear. We've all been there. You start with such enthusiasm, so much energy, and then somewhere along the way, that spark starts to fade. But here's the thing, embarking on a self-improvement journey doesn't have to be about making drastic overnight transformations. It's about those small, consistent steps you take each day that lead to real, lasting change. It's about progress, not perfection. So whether you're looking to improve your health, learn a new skill, strengthen your relationships, or simply become a better version of yourself, remember this. This journey is yours and yours alone. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, and that's worth fighting for. So let's start with the foundation of any successful self-improvement journey, setting clear and achievable goals. And when I say clear, I mean really defining what you want to achieve. Think of it like this. If you were to set off on a road trip without a destination in mind, you'd end up driving in circles, right? The same goes for self-improvement. Without a clear destination, a clear picture of what you're working towards, it's easy to lose motivation. So what are you passionate about? What areas of your life do you want to improve? Once you have a general idea, it's time to get specific. Instead of just saying, I want to be healthier, break it down. Maybe it's, I want to cook a healthy meal at home 3 times a week, or I want to go for a 30-minute walk every morning. The more specific you are, the easier it becomes to track your progress and stay motivated. It's like having a roadmap, you know? You plot out your starting point, your destination, and all the important stops along the way. And just like with any good road trip, it's important to enjoy the journey itself. Don't get so caught up in reaching the destination that you forget to appreciate the process, the small victories, and the lessons learned along the way. Because those are just as important, sometimes even more so. Remember, this is your journey, and you get to decide what success looks like for you. Don't compare your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. We're all on our own timelines, and that's perfectly okay. So take your time, be patient with yourself, and celebrate every milestone, no matter how small, because every step forward is a victory worth celebrating. Now, when it comes to setting goals, it's also crucial to make them achievable. And I know, we all want to conquer the world, right? We want to make these massive, sweeping changes all at once. But here's the thing about those big, audacious goals. They can be incredibly overwhelming. And when we feel overwhelmed, it's easy to get discouraged, to feel like we're not making any progress, and to just give up altogether. So instead of setting yourself up for failure with these monumental tasks, break your goals down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Remember, it's about taking those small, consistent steps that ultimately lead to big, lasting change. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't just teleport to the top, right? You have to climb one step at a time. And sure, there might be moments where you can't see the summit, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. It's about focusing on the climb, on putting one foot in front of the other, on enjoying the view from where you are. Because even though you haven't reached the summit yet, you're still higher than you were yesterday. And that's something to be proud of. It's about recognizing that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your destination. And that's what matters. Because ultimately, it's the small, consistent actions that compound over time and lead to those big, transformative results. So be patient with yourself, celebrate the small victories, and keep your eyes on the prize. You've got this. So how do we actually go from these big dreams and aspirations to concrete, actionable steps that we can take every single day? Well, one of the most effective methods is to break down your goals into smaller, more manageable chunks. Let's say your goal is to write a novel. That can seem like a pretty daunting task, right? But what if you break it down? Instead of focusing on the entirety of the novel, aim to write a chapter a week, or even just a page a day. Suddenly that huge, overwhelming goal becomes much more manageable, much less intimidating. And as you consistently hit these smaller milestones, you build momentum, you build confidence, and you start to believe in your ability to achieve that big, ultimate goal. And that's the key, isn't it? Believing in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, when you believe in your ability to achieve something, you're much more likely to put in the work, to push through the challenges, and to ultimately succeed. So take some time to really think about your goals. Write them down, break them down into smaller steps, and then figure out what you need to do each day to move yourself closer to them. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making progress, one step at a time. And some days, those steps might be small, almost imperceptible. But as long as you're moving forward, as long as you're making even the slightest bit of progress, you're on the right track. So keep going, because the only way to fail is to give up. As long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep putting in the effort, you're guaranteed to make progress. And that's what this journey is all about. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial for self-improvement. Our thoughts have incredible power. They can propel us forward or hold us back. Focus on strengths and accomplishments. Positivity creates an upward spiral. It gives us energy and resilience. See the glass as half full. Acknowledge difficulties with optimism. Approach challenges positively. You are capable of amazing things. One of the biggest mistakes we can make is getting so caught up in the destination that we forget to enjoy the journey itself. The journey is where the magic happens. It's where we discover new things about ourselves, push our boundaries, and grow. So, let's embrace the journey, find joy in the process, and celebrate the small victories. Because it's in those moments that we truly discover who we are and what we're capable of. So you've set your goals, you've cultivated this resilient, positive mindset. You're like the little engine that could, chugging up the mountain of self-improvement. But how do you know you're actually making progress? How do you measure the invisible strides you're making? This is where tracking your progress becomes essential. It's like having a map on your self-improvement journey. It not only shows you how far you've come, but also illuminates the path ahead, helping you stay on track and motivated. Because let's be honest, sometimes the mountain of self-improvement can feel dauntingly vast. You might start questioning whether you're moving at all. That's when having a record of your progress can be incredibly reassuring. It's like looking back at old photos of yourself and realizing how much you've grown, even if you didn't notice it day by day. It reminds you that change is a gradual process, and even small steps forward contribute to significant progress over time. Now, tracking your progress isn't about becoming obsessed with numbers or turning self-improvement into another item on your to-do list. It's about finding a system that works for you, something you can maintain and actually find useful. This could be as simple as jotting down your accomplishments in a journal. Did you finally manage to meditate for 5 minutes straight? Write it down. Did you resist that urge to procrastinate and tackle the challenging task head-on? Document it. You can also use apps, spreadsheets, or even create visual trackers to visualize your progress. Experiment with different methods and see what resonates with you. The key is to find something that feels less like a chore and more like a celebration of your efforts. Remember, tracking your progress is not about striving for perfection. It's about acknowledging your commitment to growth and celebrating the small victories along the way. Because those small victories, they add up to big, meaningful changes over time. When you track your progress, you're not just observing your journey, you're actively participating in it. You become more aware of your habits, your strengths, and the areas where you might need to adjust your approach. It's like having a feedback loop that helps you fine-tune your efforts. Are you consistently hitting a wall on a particular goal? Maybe it's time to reevaluate your strategy or break down that goal into smaller, more manageable steps. But perhaps the most significant benefit of tracking your progress is the boost of motivation it provides. Seeing how far you've come can be incredibly empowering. It reinforces your belief in your ability to change and fuels your desire to keep going. So as you embark on your self-improvement journey, remember the power of tracking your progress. It's not about judgment or self-criticism. It's about celebrating your commitment to growth and using your accomplishments as fuel to keep moving forward. So you've set your goals, you've got your positive affirmations echoing in your brain, you're tracking your progress like a champ. But you know what really helps when things get tough? It's having people in your corner, those folks who get why you're putting in the effort, who understand the struggle, and who will cheer you on even when you feel like you're running in place. We're not meant to go through life solo, right? We're social creatures, hardwired for connection, and that's especially true when we're trying to make positive changes. Whether it's friends, family, a mentor, or even an online community, having a support system can make all the difference in the world. Think about it. When you're feeling discouraged, who do you turn to? Who are the people who can lift you up, remind you of your strengths, and help you see the progress you might be missing? Those are your people, the ones who make up your self-improvement cheering section. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Finding your people can feel as daunting as the self-improvement journey itself. But here's the thing. Your tribe might not be who you expect. It could be your family, but it could also be a group of strangers you meet at a pottery class who just get your creative drive. It could be your childhood best friend, or it could be the online community that rallies around your blog posts about learning to code. The key is to be open to connection, to put yourself out there, even if it feels a little bit awkward at first. Remember, vulnerability is often where the deepest connections are forged. So don't be afraid to share your goals, your struggles, your wins, and your setbacks. You might be surprised by the people who show up, ready to support you every step of the way. And here's the really cool thing about support systems. They're not just about receiving support, they're about giving it too. When you become part of someone else's cheering section, when you offer encouragement, celebrate their victories, and offer a listening ear during their tough times, you're not just helping them, you're also reinforcing your own commitment to growth. It's like this beautiful cycle of positivity and support where everyone benefits. So reach out to someone who's also on a self-improvement journey. Offer to be accountability partners, to check in with each other regularly, to celebrate milestones together. You'll be amazed at how much stronger you both become when you're in it together. Okay, let's talk about celebrating the wins, both big and small, because let's be honest, self-improvement is a journey, not a destination, right? And sometimes that journey can feel long and winding, with its fair share of detours and uphill climbs. That's why it's so important to acknowledge and celebrate your progress along the way. It's not just about the end goal. It's about recognizing how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how much stronger you've become. Think about it. When you're working towards a big goal, it's easy to get caught up in the enormity of it all. But when you break it down into smaller, more manageable steps, and then take the time to celebrate those milestones, it makes the whole journey feel so much more achievable and, dare I say, enjoyable. Now, when it comes to rewards, it's all about finding what motivates you, what makes you feel good, what speaks to your personal reward language. For some people, it might be something tangible, like treating themselves to a new book, a fancy coffee, or that gadget they've been eyeing. For others, it might be an experience, a weekend getaway, tickets to a concert, or just a day dedicated to doing something they love. And then there are those of us who find the greatest reward in simple acts of self-care, a long hot bath, an extra hour of sleep, or an evening spent unplugged from the world. The key is to experiment, to try different things, and to pay attention to what truly makes you feel happy and appreciated. One quick note on rewards. It's important to choose rewards that align with your goals and values. If you're trying to eat healthier, rewarding yourself with a giant slice of cake might not be the best approach. Likewise, if you're trying to save money, going on a shopping spree probably won't help you reach your financial goals. The key is to be mindful and to choose rewards that support your overall journey. Remember, rewards are meant to motivate and inspire you, not to derail your progress. So choose wisely, celebrate often, and keep that positive momentum going. Well, that's it for today's video on staying motivated on your self-improvement journey. Remember, it's all about taking those small steps, celebrating the wins, and giving yourself grace along the way. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on self-improvement and motivation. Stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next video.